afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another riveting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero of Sight, Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to a 2 vs 2 on Alliance of Defiance. The setting is in 1944. Somewhere on the Eastern Front, the Red Army launches another assault to push back the fascists and shatter them. In the south, it's Bizrock and Pineapple of the Fruit Dude. We'll just call him Pineapple, fighting here for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Communist Stalin. In the 3rd Guards Mechanized Corps in the north, we got StringTheory and Smiley fighting here for the German army, the Wehrmacht, taking on the role here of the 17th Panzer Division. And we got here Mechanized, got motors, defensive tactics, counterattack, sword industry, and tank hunter tactics, with infantry, penal troops, scout car, mines, and machine gun bullets versus StringTheory with assault support, Jaeger armor, mechanized, fortified armor, Ostrom, and mechanized assault with a mix of infantry and heavy machine gun bullets. And there we got a triple pioneer side here for Smiley, indicating a tier 2 rush, most likely. StringTheory with a more standard grenadier MD42 side here. Pioneers rushing out to secure numerous vital points. As Pineapple the Fruit Dude's going to be less fast about it. Noting both SOAP players are going for Special Rifle Command starts. Very much standard, I'd almost say. With the sniper side here for Bizrock. Pineapple the Fruit Dude rushing out the penal troopers right away. Following up with the sniper of his own. So a double surge number start here is the Wehrmacht, and of course there's a Smiley who's going to be likely rushing for tier 2. This could end up a bit interesting depending how fast we can get out those tier 2s to then counter this. Pioneers holding up here, probably waiting for the machine gun to rush the position unoccupied. Up north, munitions they're being secured on the south here by the fuel point. We got StringTheory advancing, and Years holding up here by the victory points. Don't worry, Petrov, the fascists can't hit. Are you sure? Wait, no, that's us. Oh, shit. I made the mistake again. Again? Well, I lost one squad before that. MD4 holding up here in a small building. Here, going to be being snapped out. Need to retreat soon. In the west, we got Pineapple the Fruit Dude. They're just holding up some Germans here and there, but nothing serious so far. Two Pioneers and MD4 too, and we do have, there we go, Tech for Smiley. Pioneers getting snapped here, revealing that more or less the Serbs now have 2 snipers. Going to need to retreat. For some reason, StringTheory there is being kind of slow on the retreating business end. Got the fuel point there, Gunny's pushing in for the snow, going to try and get a wipe there. Aggressive rush me with the Pioneers, so trying to flank and out maneuver. I think Pineapple there in the west almost got the victory point here in the centre, bit of movement as well. And more Pioneers pushing up towards the car point. Aggression in the first few minutes of the game, as we are seeing some, well, at least from Smiley unconventional tactics, but otherwise that I'd say it's reasonably somewhat standardish. They'll get double snipers, is nothing super common, though could be it's catching on. Pioneers dealing with the conscripts. Tech is done there for Smiley, who's get up, would like to make a nice company soon. As for StringTheory, we got just double gunners before. He's also going to take up fast for that. No, he isn't. He is not. But there you go. Fast like to make a nice company in 2-2 is going to be really helpful there for Smiley. Punch gunners, of course, will also, I think, be necessary. Sniper penalties was moving up. We got the second penalty squad out there for Pineapple. Bizrock there with just lots of conscripts backed up by the sniper. Slightly interesting variation in their builds. Also, first Octan's mechanized support for Pineapple. So he can call in the ISU 152 if it gets that far. Up north, they push for the calf point, realizing that Smiley's force composition has a few particular weaknesses. I mean, he's going to be quite vulnerable around his calf point since he can't easily defend it with just Pioneers. So, Pineapple there making a very strong push there, leaving Smiley there cut off from his fuel, and he's still some time off before he can get out any armoured cars. He'll probably have to pull for some panzer grenadiers before that. I mean, he's going to need infantry anyways. So now he got to pass. Oh, sniper hit, caught by the grenadiers and shot to bits. Nice work there by StringTheory. That's one sniper down. There's still another to go. On the other hand, StringTheory is taking heavy losses. Lost his machine gun. He's down to just 2 grenadiers and a Pioneer squad. Got the take out himself. Smiley still not pushing for anything out of there. The Germans are having a bit of a rough start here. Not entirely sure what they're up to here. Not entirely sure what they are up to. Then we charge down there. All right, remember, Petrov, the red wire hits the red thing. The thing? Yes, you know, the thing that looks red. If you cross the wires, the whole thing goes boom before it's supposed to. Half-track on the way of Smiley. I mean, that can also work. A flame for half-track is obviously going to be a very strong counterburst to the infantry and all that. I still think you should go for some panzer grenadiers. I mean, he's going to badly need some infantry. And the faster he gets at some, the better. I mean, he's got the manpower for it, so don't really see much of a reason not to. More going to do this for string theory. Might be he's got a plan for a half track as well. There you go, flame for out. No, of course, this is right after the mini patch, amongst other things. Does slightly nerf the flame for half track. Not the damage output, mind you, but the experience gain. Not that the flame half track really benefits a ton from it, except it just becomes, you know, more mobile from it and can see better, which of course still helpful, but it's not necessarily a massive nerf that sort of just really changes how you use the flame for half to a large degree. It just means it can't quite get as nasty as fast. Still, it's floating manpower there. Smiley needs to get those Panzer Grenadiers out. Here we got lots of Grenadiers here from StringTheory dealing with Bizrock's conscripts. Overwhelming them and beating them to death or just shooting them, whatever comes first. Could see a wipe there, though. That'd be certainly helpful here for StringTheory in the early game. Going to hurt Bizrock. There you go. Conscript annihilated, cut to ribbons by the German army. We got back tech here for Smiley. So it's going to go for Grenadiers, I guess, and stuff like that. I mean, I really think you should have gone for Panzer Grenadiers. I feel like some players just underestimate how strong Panzer Grenadiers can be, and particularly know how to use them. So I definitely feel like that's a bit of a cop out there by him, you know, having rushed ahead and then he back techs. I mean, just stick to the Panzer Grenadiers, man. They're good. Other way, pushing it towards the centre. East side there seems to be given up there for Bizrock, at least for now. Might also mean here, of course, that Smiley and StringTheory can work together. People are moving about. Flame for half's going to, of course, be a continued issue there for the Stravniki, but basically just gains 50% less experience. Of course, you know, still do a ton of damage, it can still be nasty, but again, it's not going to quite hit, so say, those critical events and 2 and 3 bonuses, which just makes it easier to keep alive, because A, it can move faster, and 3, it can see faster, so it can sort of spot the threats better. But there you go, almost wiping out the penalties here. Very nasty development there for Pineapple. And there we go, Niladi's called in some guardsmen to help deal with the scout of flame for half tech. Obviously a single squad can't stop it, though of course you get enough anti-tank rifles, there's a potential there. Oh! If you have the munitions, you could pop an anti-tank out to charge here, but he doesn't. In these two we got flame for half track number 2 on the way there for StringTheory, sadly no regular half tracks, and StringTheory is still bleeding out like a stuck pig. He needs to work a bit on his unit preservation, truth be told. He's going for Panzer Grenadiers, there we go. Meanwhile, Smiley there going for the Pack 4 to the Panzer up. Can only field take the Russians certainly find themselves now on the defense. I mean, there's certainly been a lot of aggressive and certainly a lot of casualties on both sides. Lots of wipes. I mean, old players going out hard at, and there you go. Units seemingly blown apart. Yup, Pioneers, the dash of StringTheory. He is just bleeding out. Of course, again, the Russians are still not having an easy time, and Bizrock in particular is bleeding out himself as well. We got the T7 on the way for him, though, to push back the Russians, and we got the T7 like on the way for Pineapple, so very much, you know, some things that seem, you know, very much repeating it on both sides. They're both going to focus on their best anti-infantry light vehicle. Of course, the Russians, while a bit slower, also has the advantage it can easily hard counter the flame for half tracks, whereas the flame for half tracks can only dream of doing something to the vehicles. It's getting a bit hot, Pietro. That's the flame thrust. Oh, that's what it is. Yes. I hope you brought your sunscreen. That works. No, but you can try, I guess. Guys moving out there for him. We got second T7 on the way. There's again double T70s, 1 pack 40 out. Telemans will of course be a great investment. I guess more pack 40s. Again, this is also where some 2-2s could slightly help. I mean, a pair of 2-2s can stand a chance against a T7 depending on what you do. Though, of course, it's not a super amazing one. Guys running scorched. Got that T7 sending out here. Pioneers under fire. Flamefire needs to be careful here. There you go, smoke screen out, so we got fortified armor for Smiley. Certainly seems to be getting a bit popular here as of late. Still the Germans have managed to control most of it, though they're not interested enough pushing very hard for the fuel point in the east, and they probably should try and wrest fuel control from the Russians, the Bolsheviks. T-Some moving up, Pilms moving up there. Germans find themselves a bit on the defensive here. Telemines would have been a great idea to lay down once they had the chance and had most of the map, but it seems like something they might have overlooked. In particular, I feel like Smiley here with triple Pioneers really had an excellent opportunity to lay down telemines. But again, just seems to have slightly fumbled. Also committed to double Grenadiers with light machine guns. Solid, but Panzer Grenadiers would also think it's solid. Close losing his flame for after get to the anti-tank rifles and the T70, but looks like he gets away. Close eventually 2. Lots of kills there. StringTheory is still suffering heavy casualties. He really needs to work on his unit preservation, truth be told. He's down to just 1 Panther Grenadier squad. He's basically 2 infantry squads again. I mean, if you sort of notice, he's sort of one of the ones with lower upkeep units there. Same with Bizrock. Meanwhile, Pineapple and Smiley seem to be one that's carrying the fight there for each player. He's meanwhile moving ahead. He's going to take out further, going to push out for medium armor. That's a pretty good idea. We've got S-Mines here. Oh, Telemines actually. Better. I mean, you can catch a T-7 with the Telemine, you're usually in a pretty good spot, in particular the earlier it happens. So right now for the rations, it's going to of course be a trick shot to try and deal with the flamethrower attacks. Well, of course, not considering ground elsewhere because they do not have a lot of ground. But the flamethrower attacks have certainly been a good investment for the Germans and certainly highlights why they got nerfed. Got that pack 40 moving up there for Smiley, the Panzer up there can only 40. And strange sniper here from Pineapple, the one that still lives. Gas on their hand are quick to find themselves with a 3rd degree burn. Scorched horribly. Pioneers pulling ahead here, pack 40 there, being rushed with the T-70 Panzer fast off, that's going to help. More Grenadiers moving up, but it's close enough to really do some serious damage to the pack 40 in the south here. Second teaming up, pushing back the flamethrower. They get a second pack 40 up, but they need to be careful with it. Again, StringTheory has very few units. T-70 Normstein, Guards being scorched. He's going to lose the flamethrower attack here, but I'm guessing Smiley's willing to accept that casualty as long as he can get rid of the T-70. Going to be a close one, there's going to be a close one. And, the pack got wiped. Panzerfaust off, and there you go, T-70 down as well. Second T-70 moving in here. Pack 40 recruit needed to deal with it. Got the troops converging into the position. Machine gun there is far removed here from Smiley to assist. He's forced to fall back here. Unit wiped out for Smiley. This time he actually is the one losing. StringTheory there is still super low. Rations have plenty. Of course, with the Carnage at least, not quite in some ways nearly as amazing as going to use light machine guns. Got StringTheory moving to support his teammate. Very good, very good. But the Germans about to lose control of the fuel points again. Pack 40 moving up here. Support McCoy is on the way for Smiley. A fast Osman here could be an idea, otherwise a fast Sturmgeschütz. Conscious squad wiped out here for Bizrock. Very good. Again, this is an absolute slaughterhouse of a match with numerous wipes. I mean, with 12 minutes of the match, and there's already been plenty of squads wiped. I mean, every side just says at least a couple of them wiped. The particular String Rock and is on the receiving end of it. Conscious turning about here. Guardsman's now moving about. Push here aggressively for the calf point, trying to clear out that remaining flamethrower is a really good idea. But there you go, hold up a light machine gun and heavy machine gun fire there. Constant up, Panzer swooping in there. Support McCourt should be down there for Smiley. Bizrock's gone for sudden, leaving only StringTheory without a dog. So they can push for the Osman now. Could work out here, though. Still feel like Panzer would be great. And StringTheory needs to bring up another machine gun to help contain some of those Russian infantry. I mean, Smiley could of course just go for the Panzer IV. That would certainly in many ways long term be a better solution, but the Osman would I think offer more incentive to just Russians dying now, which could be very well what they need. But there you go, Conscript halted here. Bizrock is just replacing the losses and losing more units. Engineers wiped out. We got mechanized there for StringTheory, so mechanized fortified armor versus mechanized support in Soviet industry. Good God. Push up here, halt back by the MU-42 from Smiley of the 17th Panzer Division here. We got the T-70 about 18th T-70 about in front. Pack 40 mine goes off, killing some grenadiers, obliterating Smiley's hopes of pushing easily towards the calf point. Still he's grabbing the fuel point there back. No action at the east. StringTheory should probably try and sneak up something there, and he should probably also consider taking up soon. Smiley there not too far from the Panzer IV. Floating manpower. Panzer grenadiers I still think would be an amazing choice. Another sniper Bizrock. So lots of snipers for the Serbs. They're going to try and keep up that attrition on the fascists. Bleed out the Hitlerite scum. More grenadiers there for StringTheory. Sadly no machine gun end. Got more grenadiers on the way there for Smiley. Sadly no Panzer grenadier. But oh wait. At least they are sort of trying to build up the forces, which is what matters. And there you go. Smiley pulling for that Panzer for the Panzer Kampfwagen. Few T-70 push back. It could go down maybe. No. Lives to see another day there. Sergeant Petrovsky of Petrovgrad. Can't push back the Pioneers. They're obviously not much of a competition there. Grenadiers moving up here right into a lot of angry Russians. Grenadiers in particular need to fall back. Too low on health. Panzer IV halfway done. Mechanized armor company going over Bizrock. As for Pineapple, he is sitting on his pineapples there, and he's not quite committing. Bomb grenade there. Very optimistically thrown, hoping the Russians run into it. Sadly, that is not how baiting works, StringTheory. Just sort of try to, force them to run backwards into a grenade or something else. not a head into it. That usually tends not to work out well. But there you go, Bizrock. Probably looking into using the preservation. Just suffered heavy casualties there. He's down to just 2 conscript squads. His men are being sawed apart. The interesting enough, StringTheory still not pushing for the viewpoint here. So yeah, Bizrock there. Might want to consider using more cover, and of course being a bit more mindful of his men's health. Our way first medium tank out here, and it is Smiley with the Panzerkampf Flank. StringTheory, by the way, has a ton of fuel, could easily take out himself as well. And, you know, push for some medium armor. I mean, more Panzer Rolls right now I think would do him a ton of good. Theoretically, we could also go for, you know, tier 4, but even that should mean he should, you know, put a bit more effort into it. He's definitely a bit too slow. There we go, tech. And the absolute sheer brutality of this match continues as men die in the droves, forgotten in the mud. Fuel being dropped in here by Bizrock to assist him with his armoured pushes for the glory of the motherland. Pack 40 on the way there, and take up halfway down there for StringTheory. Smiley, well, hard to say what he's planning though. Fuel cache would be a pretty good idea for them. I mean, the Russians have been able to control and they now feel better. So I think in this regard, Smiley getting a fuel cache up could help both of them a bit. Troops in force guns are getting sniped. We got a big push here from Pineapple to force away the fascists that are just outside his doorstep. Big push here, though again, StringTheory might want to get, you know, a bit more comfortable using cover, since again he does seem to have a bit of tendency to, you know, march about in the open. Holy smokes, that house is about to collapse. And smoke bombs off here to screen off there. Nice move by StringTheory. Need to get that tier 4 going. We want that fast. Again, people tend to, when they try to rush, actually tend to get the whole rushing part wrong. They think it apparently means to go slowly at it. It actually means you want to go as fast as possible. That's kind of how it worked out a bit there for Smiley. He was fast about it compared to the StringTheory so far. Not fast about it. Quite the opposite. Quick rough grenade here. Bizrock's men are being slaughtered. That's another one. He's down just 1 conscript squad. Bizrock definitely needs to take up a course in unit preservation before he gets shipped off to Gulag. For wasting state resources, all the men? No, the uniforms. You will be going to Gulag, Comrade Bizrock. Oh, нет, not again. Again? You went once? Yes, I had issues. But how did you get out? Apparently they felt it was a bigger waste for me to be staying in there. I don't know why. Mortars on the way there for Smiley. Not a bad idea. He's certainly got a lot of infantry now. It's got 4 grenadier squads. I still would have liked to see some Panzer grenadiers. StringTheory has actually managed to keep his alive, though as you might notice, he's not doing a great job with them. Then we got 1 kill. That's not really amazing Panzer Grenadier work, and certainly indicates there's some issues there, I think, with StringTheory's infantry play, to put it mildly. Bizrock, though, very dutifully replaces casualties. Got an issue of tanks, so to help you with vehicles and armour. Not a bad idea either. Flamethrower taking up, dealing with the conscripts there. Guards swinging up there, nice flank here by Pineapple. It's going to outmaneuver. Smiley's position was actually quite exposed on the western flank. There's a really nice move there by Pineapple. We can see the Soul's pushing for the cuff point. Sniper almost taken out, but once more escapes the wrath of the Wehrmacht. There you go, guards were flanking up. Not entirely sure would have popped into the house. They'd probably just try and go for a deeper flank, catch off some units off guard, maybe with a bit more infantry support. But there you go, S-Mine spoiler here. Very cheeky. Nice work though, both Smiley. StringTheory has gotten the heavy Panther co-op. With the timing as it is, he probably bit off going for the Panther. I mean, if you're going for Sturmpanzer, oh, he hasn't even finished it. He's too slapdash. Then that's not good. At least he's using smoke. I mean, thumbs up to that. But I mean, the way he's only laying it, he's better off going for a Panther. I mean, usually if you're rushing out something like a Sturmpanzer, you want it fast. I mean, the longer you delay it, you're usually better off something tangled with enemy tanks. I mean, we're already roughly at 20 minutes. So he's going to be, have to prioritize more and more on armor rather than murdering the infantry, which, I mean, comparatively, he's doing all right with against Bizrock. obviously needs to finish that off, and then needs to go for a Panther. I mean, again, he can go for the Sturmpanzer, but I feel like that's going to offer too many issues long term. Because the Russians will begin to hit them with a lot of tanks, and the Sturmpanzer is not going to do them a ton of good against that. Panthers on their hand will work, and as always, worth remembering the Panthers machine guns work well versus infantry. Not Sturmpanzer well, but you know, they can kill them consistently. So there you go, finishing off the job he began. Good. Still not a lot of work there. And he can go for the Panther. Now, he could also, of course, go for the Sturmpanzer, and he does go for the Sturmpanzer. I mean, he's going to be hitting it with 21, 22 minute mark. Maybe in 23, and I feel like that's going to be just not enough. I mean, again, for Sturmpanzer full rush, that's terrible. It is absolutely horrific. Well, not horrific, but, you know, it's not good. It's too slow. And again, that's when you sort of look at the time and go, maybe, just maybe I should be worrying more about armor now. Which so far is not what StringTheory is worrying about at all. But I definitely feel like the Sturmpanzer now is a poor call. I mean, once it's got the Panther, sure, knock yourself out. Get a Sturmpanzer 4. But with the situation developing as it is, they need to be more prepared for armor. And he's only got a single Pack 40. Comparatively, he's got Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers to help deal with infantry. We just, you know, where to use all that a bit better, in particular the Panzer Grenadiers. It wouldn't be too bad. He's planning to push for decent fuel, but again, oh! Ah. Right next to the turbine. If only put it around here rather than there. That was definitely a bit of an awkward turbine positioning. I think he's trying to maybe cause it to be baited in there, but it's, well, not working out, as you might notice. Still, victory points wise is pretty close to each other with a small lead for the Germans. Sturmpanzer setting out, no upgrades for it yet. Pack 49 nice hit, we're getting the T-Fit 476 on the way for Bizrock. Pineapple has yet to like further advance the tech tree. Seems like he's just stalling for the ISU, which he's about to do anyways. Smiley on the hand, it seems like, is stalling for the Elephant Tank Destroyer. So basically, we've got two players stalling for the heavy armor. Theoretically, StringTheory as well, though of course he went for the Sturmpanzer first. Well, let's of course see how this works out. Sturmpanzer also got nerfed, slightly less impressive armor, and also a slightly less impressive veterancy bonus. Then I think also modern minor changes. So this punch was dealing with a large force here around Bizrock's base entrance. The Pilfer Pack 40 lying about. He's gone for Panzerwerfer. I feel like StringTheory is neglecting the Russian armoured threat severely. I mean, he's basically going to tangle with most of the Russian armour using a single Pack 40. I mean, a Panther into a Panzerwerfer would be much better. This is just way overcommitting into anti-infantry with absolutely insufficient ways of dealing with any armoured pushes. This is not good. This is definitely StringTheory, I think, needing to realise that StringTheory is just that. Theory that isn't necessarily very substantiated, and, you know, stick to what works, which is, you know, focusing what's actually ahead of you. This isn't quantum mechanics or whatever, this is, you know, the Russian metagame, and that very much focuses on getting a lot of tanks late game. Panzerwerfer and Sturmpanzers do not deal with a lot of tanks late game. As you might notice now, a single T-34, which is much cheaper than the Sturmpanzer 4, is not going to be able to deal with it. In with the Pack 40 about, because the Pack 40 can't quite keep up. In this case, the smoke actually makes it hard for him to defend it. So this is a bit awkward there for StringTheory. Bit awkward. In the west, Smiley there fighting onwards here versus Pineapple. Fuel point continues to swing back and forth. Smiley's force composition also better, though he's very much putting his entire economy on hold to get an elephant. And probably just getting a bunch of Stooks, as always, probably would be better. Though with the ISU 152, the Schwere boy out there for Pineapple, the elephant could work out. Could. Of course, it is worth noting the ISU is a much better investment than the elephant because it's much more flexible. Like, you're less likely to get punished for going for the ISU than you are to go for the elephant, since you can just deal with a wider variety of threats and you just do more. So there you go, Panzer 4 rolling in here to assist with the T-34, but the Sturmpanzer's down. He went for a Panzerwerfer as well, so any additional armor is not going to be happening right away, and he's going to need Panthers now. Like, He cannot go for any more anti-infantry. Again, he's got reasonable anti-infantry. He needs armor. He needs something to take on tanks and assault guns and whatnot. And the last thing the Panzer is going to do is take out a tank unless your opponent is really terrible. Seems like the West has been given up there to the Russians for now. So now we got Smiley here swinging about to support his teammate, possibly realising that StringTheory is not performing supremely well on his own. Anti-tank lead off and the Panther almost taken out there. ISU firing away there. Got the victory points. We got another pack falling away here for StringTheory. Constantly being murdered out. Panther 4 needs to fall back further, otherwise Smiley's going to find himself shot at one tank. Even as he's stalling for that elephant tank. Destroy aircraft went down somewhere. It looks like he didn't take out anything. Absolute chaos here. Bizrock losing another constant squad. So he needs to work on that unit preservation. Elephant tank destroyer finally arrives to Smiley. Finally! I'll shoot there with 7 kills already so far. 1 aircraft kill as well. Got the elephant there rolling forwards with its ET with a high velocity gun. So advanced here by StringTheory. The Panther is continue to be used. Not wildly effective. I mean, he's had them out for quite a while. They've only so far managed to get 4 kills. That is definitely inefficient Panzer going to use, which is there by StringTheory. And he should probably work on trying to improve again his unit preservation and you know how to use his Panzer Grenadiers. Command taking out for StringTheory. Really can't help but feel that StringTheory has really lost sight of what's going on in the battlefield right now. I mean, he does not need more stuff that can murder infantry. What they need is stuff that can fight the armor more consistently and allow them to attack. Command tank, while he can help them attack, it's not going to help those of the tanks. I definitely feel there's a gap there between what StringTheory, you know, is seeing and then what's actually there. I assume moving ahead, the elephant needs to turn about to deal with that. Command tank backing up here. Good hit there from the elephant on the ISU, 152. Panther firing away there. Wow, that was an absolutely abysmal barrage. I was trying to hit those units that are moving rather than one standing still. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, though, that Panther more or less did. Bugger all. Gunners are being pushed back. StringTheory needs to get those Grenadiers moving. He's going for 2-2 now. Most likely to spot, but the question is, what is he spotting for? That needs a 2-2 with a spotting scope. And of course, additionally, further delays any actual tanks. Command tank moving up, engaging the conscripts in the south. They can use unfortunately the T-70. Conscript flying west from the side. Katyusha barrage, close quarters, Grenadiers bunched up, S-Man's been going off. Huge casualty there for StringTheory and the 17th Panzer Division. Nice strike there by Bizrock. Punishing their StringTheory for a bit of a mistake there. Flares going off. Nice work there. Allows them to suss out the enemy's position before making the move. The enemy has 300 points remaining. Elephant there getting shot at. I mean, so far that the elephant just hasn't done a lot for Smiley. I mean, really, the elephant has such niche room of usage. It just a lot of the time ends up doing nothing. Compared to the ISUs, at least getting some stuff done. Because while it's great versus armor, it's also great versus infantry. And it costs roughly the same. There it goes, about to lose the Panzerwerfer. Yeah, and that Panzerwerfer just was a massive waste. Panzer's hit veteran 2, 5 kills. Still not really achieving any significant results with those Panzer Grenadiers. Wow, they were lucky there. They're not getting annihilated by the ISU. Need to fix out the Panther 4. Got the elephant moving ahead here. Great hit on the ISU by the elephant. Forced to move down to defend the southern point, western point also light defend, maybe could be snug up there by some Germans with a bit of goodwill. But so far the Germans just taking head on into the Russians, which are pretty much just heavily dug in here to the point where they're not going to be able to push through. At least the Germans, that is. Defending the eastern fuel point, that's great, but they need to attack the Russians here from another angle rather than head on, because right now the Russians are ready for a head on attack. Unless they're willing to lay down a very large smoke screen and get in some more pounds, because they need to flank hard. And so far, that's the last thing they're doing, the Germans here. Elephant at half health, marked as well as a target for the Russians. Got Panther Katyusha fire off. Probably trying to murder any pioneers repairing stuff there. Not a bad idea. 206 points left versus the Russians 379. Things are starting to look a bit bleak here for the German army. And Smiley needs to bring up more armor to back up his elephant of Panzer IV. Stuck's been an idea to help versus of course, the Russian army, but otherwise Panzer IV, so even Osmans, he needs to bring up more things. Also finally wakes up and begins to take into the north victory point and fuel point. They're very good, so just trying to take into the center. The Russians are heavily concentrated. We got the assault here with StringTheory. Panzer going for the conscript there, backed up by the command tank, and finally get some more kills. It's only taken them ages to get like anywhere with that. Smoke bombs in it to help allow StringTheory to get out of this absolute mess he's managed to create in the south east. Up north here, Panzer IV hanging background victory point there, down to 379 versus 171. The situation is deteriorating rapidly for the German army as things are slipping out of control. Like something really slippery and greasy. And now we got the KV2 out here for Bizrock. So that's an ISU and a KV2, both with 152mm cannons, though slightly different performance though, and the actual war. So there we go, two very big things with two very big guns, and the Germans don't have that much in response. Again, they got the elephant, and that's it. And the elephant so far has done compared to little. I mean, the ISU's already 18 kills, 2 aircraft kills obviously, but you know, it's still doing a lot of impacts. Even if it's not doing a lot versus the armor, it still has more room for doing anything, whereas the elephant, it's just, you know, a paperweight. Oh, so that sniper survived for quite a while there. 45 kills is huge for Pineapple. Terrible though for the Germans. Flak Panther now feels like it's a bit late there for Smiley. I mean, can work out there. Can work out if they sort of pull off a good attack. But right now, sadly, Smiley here was too slow. Pineapples all begin to react here to the assault by lining up everything, which makes it hard again to attack into. So they need to find another path to attack with. They need to once more try and look for a new path to outmaneuver the Russians, and so far that is not looking to be happening. Elephant manages his first kill by getting a kill with the coat of the whole machine gun. That is dreadful. He had attacked from their territory into the KV2. It's unsurprising to think out horrible here for StringTheory, as his men are being, well, turned into very small strings. T-7 playing up in the pack 40 here up north. We got a bit of skirmishing out here, Garth moving ahead, the pioneers rolling in. Field guns advancing. Smoke bombs off to try and save the pack 40. Not a bad idea, but of course, the way it's set up, not exactly much of protection. So yeah, the Germans are slowly being torn apart here by the Russians. Another command tank for StringTheory. Elephant still not achieving a lot. 17th Panzer Division has completely fallen apart here. As it is being shattered and ground to tiny bits, and there you go, KV2 just shatters the pack around the nearby pioneers. Great here from the KV2 on the command tank. Panzer IV moving in as well, damaging in the Panzer IV. That thing's dead. Direct hit out by the elephant on the KB2 command tank. Might just activate escape here. Just might. Osman, for some reason, moving ahead straight into the KB2's line of fire. Unsurprisingly, gets annihilated by the KB2. Text not hit from the elephant. Veterans one gain the elephant. But still, no more kills than just one infantryman killed with a whole machine gun. Misses the T-70 there. Major push here. 56 points left for the German army against the Russians. 379. Gunneers being at Panzer's Pioneer sweeping in. Artillery fire raining down here. Gunneers being hit there. Go direct hit from the elephant on the ISU 152. Halfway to Veteran 2 here. This is the ISU. Securing the eastern side. 32 points left. 29. It is definitely looking like GG here. Smiley is down to one Gunneer, one Pioneer, the Panzer IV and the Elephant. And he's not replacing his infantry losses. Seems like he's given up here. StringTheory has more infantry now for once, but he's got barely anything else left. $15 points left. 14. More Katyusha fire. Pushing for that victory point, I imagine. No. 11 points left. I mean, if they just were to go for it secure, they would easily win at this stage. And again, they already have one. It's only a matter of speed here. Pack crew wipe there. See some sniping up some Pioneers repairing the Panzer IV. 7 points left, and there goes StringTheory leaves, drops out, leaving just Smiley there, man, to drop out as well. Just surrender the match, unless he's going to keep fighting, but I'm just going to stop here. What I usually do if someone drops right at the end. So there you go, game over, GG. All lost for the German army, victory for the Red army. A brutal fight here with heavy casualties on both sides. Bizrock and StringTheory feel like we're the weak elements here. Definitely could work both in unit preservation. Otherwise, there's definitely an issue there with Germans on tech and long-term strategy. I mean, StringTheory pulled off, would say, a very weak tier 4 rush, in part because Aid wasn't very fast, and by the time he should have gone for a Panther instead. Also, he just focused way too much on anti-infantry and only had a single pack. Like, he should at least had a Panther, then backed it up whatever he wanted to, but again, he focused way too much on murdering the infantry and not being able to respond to the tanks. He just kept doing that. He, poured a lot of resources into command tanks when they're clearly not going to help him a ton. So there are definitely some issues there. Overall for StringTheory. As for Bizrock, or Smiley, he was doing better, but ultimately he just committed that huge blunder of just, alright, we got ahead somehow. I'm now going to blow whatever edge I might have gained here by rushing up Panzer IV by now stalling for an Elephant tank destroyer, which is ultimately, again, not going to achieve very much. And he just pushed out more armor there. They probably would have been in a much better position as well. So keep in mind, when you actually have a lead and want to go for something big, do you have enough armor to ensure that if you do it, can you actually keep your opponent in a check, ensure you don't get steamrolled? Because that's what he had to do there. He only had one tank out. That is not enough. Minimum is 2 as far as I was concerned. You get out 2 tanks if you want to go for something like, stalling like that. Otherwise, you're conceding the game to your opponent. You're conceding initiative. And the Germans cannot afford to concede initiative ever. So that was, I think, a major mistake there with Smiley, who again is actually, I think, a top 30 player with the Wehrmacht in 2vs2, which makes it a bit more surprising and makes such a, blunder. Russians did well though. Again, Bizrock needs to work into preservation. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. And if you like what I do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Links in the video description. It allows me to keep doing these videos day after day. So do please consider this. Links in cheers, and see you all another time for another video. Bye.